this morning than it has been the last couple days, because the last couple days I actually started work later than my normal start time, just for reasons. And today I have to go in at my regular time because I have a scheduled early morning delivery. So I'm gonna go ahead and open my Advent, but I don't know that I will actually be able to do anything with it. So Yarn Advent from the Adventure Advent, day 3. Okay, that's day 3. So welcome back. I keep forgetting to introduce myself, but my name is Shelby. This is the Shipwrecked Sheep channel. I host a bi-weekly podcast. I am a knitwear designer. I used to dye yarn. I've been on the internet for basically all of my adult life. And this is kind of a newer channel podcast series that I have been hosting. And so this year I decided to do Vlogmas. So it is Vlogmas day 3. I don't know that I ever did a final check-in yesterday with my Yarn Advent squares. I am making the Imagination quilt by Meema Makes, and so it's essentially a crocheted quilt. So you start by making the little squares and then seaming them together in patterned quilt blocks, and then you put the whole thing together like the same way you would a quilt. So yesterday's color was this one, and I think I did 2 of them in the morning with you. Anyways, so I did the 3 solid color, I did the 3 or the 2 half square triangles with the main neutral color, and then I had done one of these main neutral colors on the first day, even though it wasn't part of the daily schedule, just because I wanted to swatch this color. And so yesterday's daily schedule had you making 4 of these, and so I made 3 additional ones. So these are all the neutral ones that I made yesterday. So that was day 2 Advent. And then I did end up finishing day 1 Advent. So day 1 Advent, I had done the 4 solid color, and I had done either 1 or 2 of the half square triangles on day 1. And so I have since now done the other 2 that needed to be done for day 1. Now that we're caught up, here is day 3. If you didn't watch day 1, that is okay. My Advent is not like a specific yarn dyer Advent. I won a giveaway through a knit along, and so this is the Adventure Advent put together for me by Natalie of Knitty Natty, and these are all 20-gram leftovers from her 50 States blanket. Ooh, that is really pretty. So today we have this kind of pink lemonade, sort of freckled lemonade sort of colorway. I don't know if you're going to be able to see super well. My little monitor thing that I attach to the back of my phone doesn't always show the same kind of lighting quality that I'm actually recording with. So this is really pretty. I have probably enough time to make something with this before work, but I don't really have time to do any vlog check-ins. While I was waiting between waking up the older kids for high school and waking up my younger kid for intermediate school, it wasn't a good time for me to film, so I was not working on Advent stuff, but I did get a couple more rounds into my Gushy Garter hat. So I added in, and I'm gonna have to kind of go back and fiddle with this a little bit, but I spliced the 2 yarns together, and so it kind of creates a slightly bulkier ridge here. So basically when I'm blocking it, I just need to kind of pay attention to making sure that that is nice and smooth. There we go. So like I showed yesterday, this is a fold up brim. So this is the actual length of the hat that I'm at right now. So I have probably that more to go, but I just started the second cake. This is the Spin Cycle Yarns Plump in the 11th hour colorway. So I'm going to finish getting ready for work and I will catch you later. So work today was extremely stressful and I am ready to go home. There were just a lot of medium-sized fires to put out, figuratively speaking. And it was a lot. So tonight I'm going to go ahead and I think sort the yarn for the sailor slippers so that I can decide on whether or not that's a project I want to start. Because I finished my design project last night and I think that I don't know if I'm going to show it here on the vlog or if I'll wait until the next podcast episode, but I finished that. I need to block it. And so I'm just working on my Advent squares and my Gushy Garter hat. And so I want to prep everything for the felted slippers project. So I think I bought yarn to do either 3 or 4 pairs of the slippers. So yeah, I need to sort all of that out and figure out what's what. So I realized this morning that I forgot to actually tell you the name and any information about this colorway. So here it is again. I called it like a pink freckled lemonade sort of colorway. This is the Maryland colorway. This is from Rising Tide Fiber Co. And it is in the Sunny Disposition colorway. This is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. So Rising Tide Fiber Co. for this base used it's the same base as the Squish sock from Shipwrecked Sheep. It's the same ply, same twist, same content. It feels like the same base. So it's been working up really nicely together with the main color, the neutral, but in general, like the colors are also playing really nice. So I've done 4 of them. I did 1 this morning before work, and then after work I have been working on these. So I've actually woven in the ends for the 3 that I did after work. They're still there because I need to snip them after blocking, but yeah. And then I have 1 more from this morning that I haven't woven in the ends yet, but it's really pretty. I really like this. So I have 2 tasks now. I have to still, well, okay, this is not one of the 2 tasks. I still have 4 more of these to make because for the checklist, it's having me do, nope, I have 8 more of these to make. Shoot. I have 4 of them that need to be made for block number 11 and 8 of them that need to be made for block number 15. So these are for block 11. I don't know that I'm going to do the other 8 tonight. I will probably do some of them, but not necessarily all of them. For December 4th, which is tomorrow, the block 1 squares will all be ready. Like after I finish day 4 crocheting, I will have all of block 4 or block 1 ready. I want to weave in ends and block everything that I need for block 1. So it says here that 4 of the half square triangles using color 1 are for block number 1. So all of these, which is so many ends, these half square triangles have so many ends. So all of these 4 from day 1 need their ends woven in, and I need to block them. And then from day 2, all of those undyed ones that I did. And thankfully these are just 1 solid color, so that's slightly fewer ends to weave in. And then from day 3, none of today's None of these are for the first quilt block. And then tomorrow there are 4 half square triangles that use color 4 and the neutral, and 4 half square triangles that use color number 1 and color number 4. So I have to get this this color out and ready to work with the color number 4 as well. So it'll be this color and then color 4 here, and then it'll be the other 4 are color 4 and the undyed. So 8 more blocks will be made tomorrow for the first, or 8 more squares will be made tomorrow for the first block. So I'm going to weave in these ends and I'm going to block them overnight. And then tomorrow when I'm done, I'm going to make those ones first, because there's a bunch more squares that, well, not a bunch more. There's like 3 or 4 more squares that need to be made tomorrow that are not for block 1. And I'll do those last. So then tomorrow, after I'm done making those, I will weave in those ends and block those, so that hopefully either on the 5th or the 6th, I will be able to, you know what, I'm just going to say on Sunday, because I know I have that day off of work. So on Sunday, I will be able to assemble the first block, even though I will have all of the squares ready to do it tomorrow after I've finished them. I just want time to be able to wet block them and let them dry. So yeah, so I'm setting these aside because I want to weave in those ends tonight and maybe even block them overnight tonight. Let's move on. We have to go sort yarn for the Sailor Slippers pattern because of all that drops that I got the other day for it. I need to sort it out. So let's go do that. Okay, so for some reason my monitor attachment for my phone is upside down. So I don't know why it's doing that. I've checked a bunch of things and I don't know what to do. So here is the yarn. I ordered it from Rito Hobby, which is actually based out of Denmark, even though everywhere, like on the Drops website, and if you like just Google it and on Ravelry, it indicates that it's like a US web shop, which is not true. It is fully based in Denmark. So this was shipped from Denmark and I had to pay a tariff fee on the yarn, but the yarn is relatively inexpensive generally speaking, so it's okay. My like ambient mood lighting in here is not going to be good for this project, so let me turn on the overhead light. So if you're not totally familiar yet, the slippers patterns that I'm talking about looks like this. It is from Annie Germain, Annie Sews, and it is called the Sailor Slippers pattern, and it's like a felted pattern. So you knit them really large, a kind of large gauge, and those of you who have been watching my videos, you might already know that I don't super love knitting bulky weight yarn and large gauge because it just makes my hands hurt a little bit, but I will suffer for the art. Okay, so this pattern comes with these like color in templates that allow you to color in and write down the different colors that you're going to use for color A, B, C, and D. So what I had done to keep track as I was project planning before buying the yarns was I had written down the names of the colorways for each of the 3 pairs that I plan to make for each of the recipients. So one of them is for me. I am a recipient of my own making. So I'm just going to dump out the yarn just to kind of see what we're working with. And I don't know if they sent an invoice with it, but we're going to sort out the yarn by colorway and then sort the colorways by which slipper set that they go with. just needs to be sorted by which slippers it goes in. So the first pair needs color 8 and color 56. These are both the reds. And those are the main and the accent colors, so those will be the stripes. And then for the I cord, I had chosen number 7. It says orange, so that must be this one. Yep. So that's the I cord accent. And then I had chosen 47 light beige for the bottoms. So that's this color. So that is color or slippers number 1. Okay, second pair, this is the other gift pair that I had planned, is color 2 black. The next pair is the black, and then color black. And then color B is going to be alternating between the hop pink and the yellow green. And so it's going to be these 2 colors will make up color B. So it's actually going to be 3 stripes throughout. Yeah. Anyways, so that's what that's going to be. So let me just start these. And then I had chosen for the I cord color 91 grape, which should be this one. So because these are kind of more vibrant and against black, I wanted a little bit more kind of a mauve-y toned down color. And then I had chosen 99 North Sea for the soles, which is this color here. And so that is slippers number 2. And then I think that this color is a lot more blue than I had thought it was, because this is color number 5 and that one was called Petrol. And I definitely feel like Petrol was a more like teal, like a greenish teal. And this is definitely a lot more blue. But that's okay. I'm not that picky. So this is color 25 green and with an accent of color 108 pistachio. And that is supposed to be for my slippers. And then these for the sole, and then this for the contrast. So in the event that I decide I hate this for the contrast, I might actually have a bunch of this left over, and I could use that as a contrast, just have it be all green. But I kind of like the idea of having it be a true contrast, so we'll see. Okay, so let me give you a close-up of what we're working with here. Here is the colors for the slippers for myself, which will be last and definitely not a priority for making this month. These are the ones that I'm hoping to have be as Christmas gifts. So this is pair number 1, and then this is pair number 2. I am really happy with my color choices. I think these will suit their recipients extremely well. And yeah, I mean, the more I'm looking at this, the more it's growing on me, but it really is for sure not what I thought it was. But yeah, so I'm going to make this pair first because this is the person who I maybe did not have enough other gift ideas in mind for. By the way, these are for my kids, so like these are people who I do need to have gifts for. Maybe not need, but I intend to have gifts for these people. They're not just like random colleagues or acquaintances. So this kiddo was kind of hard to shop for this year, so this pair is first. This is the same kiddo that is getting the ooey gooey socks, by the way. Yes, I leaned in to whisper. I don't know, I'm in my room and I don't think they can hear me. Anyway, person who's getting ooey gooey socks gets those slippers. This kiddo we were able to get a really cool gift for this year, and has been historically hard to shop for in the past. So I'm very excited about the fact that we were able to do that. So if I don't finish these in time, I will not feel super bad. Oh, and I just actually realized that these don't even have to be finished by actual Christmas Day, because these kiddos are going to be with other family members for the holidays. And we'll be doing our Christmas celebration on, I think, January 2nd. So before they go back to school. But Yeah, I don't actually have to get any of these done before Christmas Day, but it will be good to have them done before the end of the month so that I have those gifts. Yeah. Okay, I think that's it for me tonight. I do not want to spend all night editing, and so unlike last night where I literally was uploading and editing captions until midnight, I am going to start this now where it is just past 7:30, and that way I can have the captions done before my normal bedtime and have this scheduled. So, thanks for hanging out with me today, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, which is not a work day for me. So, we'll have a change of pace where I don't disappear for all of the entirety of the day. So, I will try and bring you along with me for the general activities of my Thursday. Okay, anyways, take care. I'll see you tomorrow.